Hello, everyone. Reporting here from Mets camp. You're about to enter the bunker. Now, of course, for all YouTube, whoever's checking things out, we're in a bunker. Nothing that's going to be said. It's characters. It's character. We just talk. We don't know facts, figures, anything like that. Just theories, throwing things out there. And I highly encourage you wait to the very end for the message that I give. With that, enjoy the bunker while I continue my Mets fantasy camp. And Eddie Bravo always brings a good bunker. Have a good one on the Breuniverse. Bunker time.
Eddie Bravo's with us, and he has a thing or two to say about Bruce Lee's movie Game of Death. Michael Jackson may very well be alive, and the word sanctimonious. Let's not do what everyone thinks we're going to do and flip out over Jim's Half-Baked 2 news on this episode of Brewer's Bunker.
Whoa, what's going on, Mike?
What's happening, man?
Oh, my God. Let me turn my volume up. What is happening?
Shit.
Well, look at that. Can you see that? See that red arm?
Did you get hit?
No, man, that's just nonstop ice. All right. So for people that don't know, I'm at a baseball camp, right? It's called the Mets Fantasy Camp. What is it? It's for all baseball. So if you want to play baseball, you meet ex-ball players. They're your managers. They draft you, and you compete against each other all week. So the first day right out of the gate, my team, I got a great team. First game, I pitch. All the games are 7 innings for people that know baseball, don't know baseball. Even if you don't know baseball, 7 innings. I pitched complete game. What does that mean? All 7 innings. I pitched 7 innings, gave up 2 hits, shutout. The end of the day, though, my arm was like, right in here. Now this actually, the red is actually from, I do nothing but, oh boy, nonstop ice, right? So I fell asleep last night on that couch. I'm in a condo here in Port St. Lucie, and I fell asleep with my arm on the ice before I realized. I woke up like 2 a.m. That's how. Went in an ice bath. Now, for those of you who even know regular baseball, a major league pitcher making $40 million pitches tops 100 pitches, 110 pitches in a game. $40 million, all you big stars in baseball, pitchers. I pitched 100 innings. I pitched 100 pitches yesterday. Today, we play doubleheaders, play 2 games every day. Today, there's only 2 pitchers on our team. So today, I pitched the first game again. And my defense was ground ball. Every time I thought I had an out, it'd go through that's the key. You got to have a good team behind you. And the first game, they were unstoppable. Second game that I pitched, I threw another 75, 80 pitches. I couldn't even reach the plate by the time they took me out. It was brutal. So far we're up 3-1. Tomorrow they start really, and then Thursday is, well, for all of you listening, by the time you're listening to this, Patreon tonight is the playoffs, and for YouTube, it's over. It's over, and hopefully I'm not on a stretcher. So that's what I'm up to. That's why the arm's red, and that's what. Now, by the way, if you've never done this and you're interested, this is my 6th year. I can't get in. I love it. I love the people who come here. I love the camaraderie. It's a great escape to be like a kid again, to be back in high school. It's an incredible experience. As a matter of fact, I have a kid here. I keep saying a kid, but he was my neighbor growing up my whole life on Jefferson Avenue in Valley Stream. And I keep I keep telling him you got to come, and so he's here. It's kind of cool seeing him, and it's a great thing. Now, with that said, today we're going to do a little bunker. We're getting there. I did forget my sunglasses, though. I left them in my locker, in my baseball locker. So maybe I'll do this. Maybe I'll just do this. You know what? Yeah, maybe I'll just put this. Maybe I'll put this over me. No, people will get annoyed. Anyway, yeah, I forgot them. If I had a big piece of paper, I'd cut some holes in it, and I would just put it like a paper bag.
Yeah, it's all right. We'll make it work, man. We'll make it work.
Sure. Now, before we do anything, by the way, I got Eddie Bravo coming on today, which I'm super excited about. I want to be careful because the first couple times, Eddie, we had technical problems. And then when I tried to go on Eddie's show, there was technical problems. Somebody don't like Eddie and I talking. That's how I perceive it. I don't know what it is. That's how I see it. Now, before we go anywhere, before we get to Eddie, we're going to get into some stuff today. I'm on Instagram and I see this video of Dice, the comedian Dice. And I'm cracking up because he's in a park. And he clearly, this is why he cracks me up. Like he knows, he's got this camera and he's walking through he keeps it really close to his face. And he's walking up to people who clearly don't know him, clearly have no clue. And he'll be like, I see you looking. But he's like really close to the camera. He's like, I see you looking. It's okay if you want to. How you want to do? You want to do the picture? You want? Because I know you want a picture. And I was dying laughing. So then now I start following him on Instagram because I want to see more of these videos of Dice going up to people asking for a picture and all these random things. And some of the reactions are so funny. There's a guy in one of his videos where he goes, I know you're a big fan. I can see it, you know? And the guy's really, he's not sure what to take of this situation. And then Dice goes, it's okay. It's okay. You're a big fan. It's okay. The guy's like, I'm really sorry. I had this, it's very funny. You should check it out. It's on his Instagram page. So I look at the latest video, and there's Mike. Mike from the Breuniverse. And I'm like, get the... So you're working at the theater that he was at. Yeah. And we got to show this. I know no one really has seen the face of Mike. So start getting you get ready to videotape because you're about to have Mike's full face. And if you don't see it, go on Dice's Instagram and you can see it. But look at this. So I'm going through it, and this is what I see. Show the video.
All right, there you go.
What was that, Happy?
Eleanor's 10 minutes away.
Okay, I'm just trying to deal. It's Mike?
Correct, yeah.
This is the thing. I gotta eat something before I turn into Dice.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Okay.
So you know Chick-fil-A, right?
I do, yes.
Okay.
Very well.
So that's one. I gotta have the crispy chicken on a bun.
Okay.
Okay.
No pickles. Nothing. Just the meat on the bread.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Bread and chicken.
Yeah. They try to put the pickles. I don't want sauce. I don't want anything. Just crispy, spicy chicken on a bun.
Okay.
You understand?
I do.
First of all, the fact that he's still wearing the gloves, I'm already dying laughing with but the part, Mike, when he goes, before I come dice, I need to eat. So he told you he was going to video, I'm assuming. He's like, you mind if I want to be in a video? Like, how did
Dude,
that,
No, he gets to the venue. First of all, he gets there like with a half an hour before he's got to go on, so it's like really like crunch time.
Okay.
But I get it.
Yeah.
So I'm standing in the hallway, and he just looks at me. He gives me this look, and he's like, "Mike," and I'm like, "Yeah," and he just looks at me and walks away, and then down the hall goes, "Come with me, please." Okay. So I go to his dressing room and I get in there and he's like, all right, you're just going to play along. I'm like, oh, okay. And then he just started filming. I'm like, what do you mean play along? And then he started recording and I'm like, all right, whatever. So yeah, I just went along with whatever he was
Mike,
doing.
you're all natural.
Yeah, no, it was a cool experience. He was a really, really nice dude. Like, it's just, you see him, you do his thing. I've seen his TikTok, his Instagram videos where he's going around doing the picture. He is super nice, man. It's so crazy.
Yeah, I reached out to him and said, I'm dying with your videos. And he wrote, and whenever I even read something to him, I just see it as, I still hear it as dice. I just hear him going, thank you, Jim, my man.
Yeah, that's him.
I like what you do, okay? The hair and the faces. It's fun. I like it. Well, good. And I'm sure the show was ridiculous, right?
Oh, I grew up with Dice and him doing the whole nursery rhyme thing. My parents would watch and have to sneak out of my room to watch what they're, and that whole thing. But yeah, it was cool to see what he's been doing, what he's been up to, and it's nice to see him still doing his thing.
Good. Well, I thought it was amazing. And for those of you who wonder why, I'm wiped out, man. I'm looking at my face. I got bags under my eyes, but I don't care. I was like, oh, I'll just wear my sunglasses. So let's get into some stuff. Let's get down into some bunker questions going out there. And I'm beyond excited. I love having Shaka. I love having Eddie Bravo. Let's bring Eddie Bravo in. Oh.
Yo.
All right.
How's George doing?
Und George Savas, I will tell you.
How you been since the midterms? Did the midterms go out the way you planned it, Mr.
The midterms went exactly as planned. I bought out Arizona. I bought Pennsylvania. And the amount of money that I am receiving, I may even have bought Trump out, but the public don't know it yet.
What did you think of Kanye? What did you think of Kanye talking shit on?
Oh, he's just Kanye. We did. Yes. And uns Kanye also even mentioned me personally, George Soros. I was flattered that he thinks I have so much power. Can we uns traffic more children? Can we destroy another country to get more orphans? Sorry, I'm back. I had to take a message. I love that the young man personally pointed the great George Soros out. I don't. He's cute to me. I created him. I was created Kanye. I created the Dave Chappelle's. I created them all. It is all part of my master plan. See, as long as their eyes are off on Epstein's island and the trafficking of humans, I win if I can get the blacks mad at the Jews and uns Jews mad at the blacks, I just go, yes, yes, take it to the streets. Take it to the streets. The distractions that I create in humanity are quite superior. I love it. I just slipped into an English accent for a second.
What is Jeffrey Epstein up to lately?
He just came back from a baseball camp, a fantasy baseball camp, where he
The fantasy baseball.
I believe he was playing for the Atlanta Braves. Yeah, uns Dyson Braves, yes. And he can pitch. I will uns tell you that, Eddie Bravo. He pitches well.
Oh man, that dice shit, man, dude. I didn't know you had dice down so well. You got him down.
I mean, come on, Mike. I'm gonna ask you a simple question. Okay. Did you see those videos? He sits when he did this. I don't know why it makes me laugh. He goes, before I when he did this, I need to eat. Okay, Mike. Hey man.
So no matter how the joke goes, he clowned a fan. You know what I mean? So he wins.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
He always does.
Yeah,
He's
so no matter what.
unbelievable.
Yeah, no matter what. Dude, I saw Dice back in the heyday. I saw his ass live a couple times. I saw him live in his heyday, and he did a spot at the Laugh Factory. And I went, and the girl I went with, we were in the front, like Laugh Factory's tiny in Hollywood, and we were in the front.
Yes, small
and I knew
room.
he was gonna pick her out. She was, and he goes, "Oh, dude, does he f you in the ass?" And she just said, "Yeah." She said, "Yeah, yeah." It wasn't even true. But yeah, man, Andrew Dice Clay, Jesus, what a legend! That guy's a legend, and I think one of the most underrated comedy movies of all time is Fort Fairlane.
Fort Fairlane's great movie.
That's
Great
a
movie.
good movie.
Yes,
That's
it was.
Dude, how real is it?
He was really good in that. He was really good in that. I thought his movie career was boom. I remember going to see him. Yeah, I saw him live when he was, you know, when he blasted out and he's on another stratosphere, and he was touring with Eddie Griffin was his opener. And I thought that was pretty wild too. I mean, this is like late 80s or whatever. Now, quick question to Mike. Mike, does Eddie sound good to you? Because I get breakup.
I got a bunch of breakup too.
Yeah.
A lot of breakup. But it's not as bad as it was last time.
No. So I have a video to show you. And I wanna like, there's a lot of grand spirit. First, I want to hit you with something maybe you haven't thought about. I'm sure you have. Trump, who, by the way, I know nobody's going to see this until Friday, but tonight he's making a very special announcement that everyone's waiting for. I already heard. I haven't been on social media in a week and a half unless I'm posting. I didn't follow the elections because I knew they were going to be stolen. I mean, it was such a setup. It was almost belly laughing funny. Yeah, sure, Carrie Lake. She's selling out arenas, like arenas. She's got 400,000 followers. The other one has like 30,000. Right, she lost. Oh, okay, no, I don't even have to live there anyway. All right, but Trump sends a missile to DeSantis who I can already tell you that I've got two big Trump people that I know, and they both went, I didn't like that. I didn't like that. I don't know why he would do that. Now, I got theories, and I just didn't know because it seems like he's like the new, that DeSantis is like the new something's going on. Have you seen any theories in the bunker about that? I have.
There's one theory that Trump and DeSantis are on the same team. They're just pretending like they're fighting to draw out the rhinos. They're trying to just smoke out the rhinos and see anybody who comes out
Professional
and
wrestling.
says, yeah, I don't know. That's one theory. I don't know.
Well, that is a theory because you will continue to see who the enemies are. And because the media, a brilliant thing is the media is going to go all for. First of all, they can't stand DeSantis. But now.
And now they have to love him. He
Now
made them love him. Trump made them love him.
Trump
Yeah.
made the media love DeSantis. That's why I told everyone, I'm like, listen, man, you can't believe everything you're seeing. There's so many different layers, moves, and all that could be there that you don't know is going on. That's how I saw it. That guy's a governor where Trump lives. It was just one of those, yeah, I don't know. I'm not falling for that right now. I'm not falling for it.
I bet if they planned it, if that's real and they planned it, they had to say like, okay, so what am I gonna call you? Like a D bag? No, it can't be that hard. How about just sanctimonious? Like that's a good one. I can come back from that. It's like it talks shit, but it's not that bad. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's
And
like
that's
something. It's something that you could always say, hey, it's all good. I love you, dog. You know what I mean? It ain't that bad. It's like, oh, he thinks he's sanctimonious.
You are so right, because there was even a part, that word isn't not that bad. There was a part where I went, is the sanctimonious bad? What? I mean,
Exactly.
clearly,
I looked it up. I Googled it.
So did I. I'm like,
is
what
it
is
that
the
bad?
movie?
It was perfect. And it was right after the midterms. Right after the midterms. Dude, that was a little fuck. Like right after the midterms, you go against them. It's like, okay, let's make sure you win. And then you win. And then I don't know, man. It's just hard to trust anybody. Another theory is that DeSantis is deep state. He's Yale, skull and bones. And he's just, the counter to Trump is send in a bunch of America First people undercover, like Tulsi Gabbard, maybe. I don't know. That's what people think. That's what people are saying. Like all of a sudden, you got these people flipping, and like, damn, are they sent in by the deep state? Like that's what people are thinking.
I will tell you exactly who is brought in by.
Which is another thing, because DeSantis personally brings up George Soros. He's brought him up as he took down a prosecutor or a judge, and he said he's a George Soros-backed judge, and he is now no longer working here in Florida. And I think yesterday or today he went, George Soros is destroying, and I'm going to make sure, I'm going to come after him, basically. That was DeSantis. So I'm like, and I heard your version.
That could be fake too. Maybe George Soros says, you know what, for people to believe you got to talk shit on me. Just say anything about me. Call me whatever. You know, a Nazi sympathizer, whatever. You just got to come after me, dog. Okay?
And
it could be that. It could be
I heard that theory tue. I heard the theory of
it's so hard to tell what's going on. But all I know one thing. If Trump is deep state and he was like designing the shield this whole time or whatever, we're China. You know those? Have you seen those videos of those drones, like in the freeways, and they're making announcements. The drones. Are you kidding me? That's what they want here. Oh, that's their dream. That's the deep state dream. Is like they look at China like, damn, they got those motherfuckers under control. They love that shit.
They do
Ain't
love that
nobody gonna get
shit.
indicted. No corrupt politician in China is gonna get indicted unless the Communist Party takes them down because maybe they were like trying to do the right thing. Like, okay, let's take them down. But as long as you keep doing the wrong thing in China as a politician, damn, you're safe. And you're not going to jail. They're no one's going to prosecute you. A corrupt politician. You have to be corrupt to be a politician in China. It's not like
That's right.
I don't think that unless maybe there's white hats in China too. I don't know.
That's where I'm.
Is there? Are they all? Maybe there's like a. Is there like a part of the, because in the United States, it's pretty obvious that not everybody is corrupt. It seems like most of the left got infiltrated and they got infested. They got infected, and then the right. They've had so much time to infect the right too. I mean, you had George Bush Senior, Junior, Bill Clinton 8 years, Obama 8 years. George W. 8 years. They had so many years to plug their people in all these spots. It's got to be deep. They had 25 years at least, at the bare minimum, to inject all their criminal friends in powerful places to protect each other. Everyone's just protecting each other. So they infiltrate and infest DOJ, FBI, CIA. They're safe. They think they had it made, man. They're like, dude, we're untouchable. There was a point, dude, like 2008, 2013, 2004. They thought it was never gonna end. They thought this shit was gonna go on forever. They just kids forever and everything. And it's like they're going to the parties and it's like they're going to islands and shit. They thought they were untouchable, dog. Joe Biden bragging on the stage of CFR saying, hey, listen, if you're not going to get that $1 billion in aid if you don't fire that prosecutor. He's bragging about it. It's all over. It's on YouTube. They're trying to.
I remember first seeing it, and nobody. I'm like, he's on video with his shoulders like this. That's how cocky he is. He's like this. He goes. So I told him, you better fire that prosecutor. You ain't getting your $10 billion. And he said to me, well, you ain't the president. And I said, well, you need me to get to him. So, and guess what? I'll be a son of a bitch. Quote. We got that. He fired that prosecutor. And you're like, and nobody, like, was it?
Yeah, it's on video.
It's on video.
Open and shut. And many copies.
But that's the genius of communism.
YouTube, and they're trying to scrub it. Dude, if you're working for YouTube and you press that button to delete and scrub that video, dude, you're a fucking criminal yourself. You're deleting that video? You're deleting,
absolutely.
That's what they try to get Trump for. They accuse Trump of what he did on video. And he also says, dude, you listened to it a few times. You got most of it down. But you missed that part where he goes, well, you ain't the president. And then he goes, then I said, what are you going to call him? Call Obama. Call him. See what he says. I dare you. Call him. And guess what? Son of a gun. He fired the prosecutor. Dude, it's so crazy. And you would think that that video alone, that right there would be the crusher. You'd think that would be the destroyer of Biden. But they just ignore it, pretend like it doesn't exist.
That's why, in my opinion, that's pretty dangerous and scary, because that KBG guy from the interview of many years ago, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yuri Bezmenov
clearly said, and he put out everything that's going on now. He goes, there will come a time where you will look and the truth will be put in front of you and you won't believe it. And when I showed people, I go, Biden he's bribing in Ukraine. This is before this administration, people. He's bribing with his hand. He's so cocky. Remember his arm? He's back like this,
Yeah.
bribing on video. And I had someone that worked for me go, yeah, I don't. When was that? I
Yeah.
said, whenever it was, 2014, 15. I'm like, it was right there. She goes, yeah, I don't know. Like, what do you know? Wow.
That's game over. That video right there, that's game over. It's over. But it's not. All they know, as long as we don't show it on mainstream media, they never showed that shit on CNN. They've never showed that shit once. That's some video, like if it was in court, that's an open and shut case right there. Big ass hammer, boom, boom, guilty. That's it. It would be boom. But CNN, MSNBC, nothing on TV is going to show that shit. Nothing. TV.
No.
TV is 100% captured. 100%. There's no, like, on the internet, how it's like a mixed bag. It's everything. You can find the truth on the internet. You can
That's
find
right.
propaganda on the internet. You find
That's right.
hoaxes on the internet. You got to figure it out on the internet. You got to figure it out for yourself. But on TV, damn, that's 100% propaganda, dog. 100%. Every single television station, every second, there's not like, on the internet, you can find some cool, like this show. We're talking about freely. You can't find this shit, not even for 1 second on TV. TV is completely capped.
It's 100%.
And nobody's watching it. Who's watching TV? Nobody's watching TV. I bet if they gave the real numbers on TV, the real numbers probably 0. Nobody's watching TV. They used to say, oh, poor people watch TV. No, poor people got phones. Poor people got the internet. Like the poorest people have phones, dog. I see them. You go to Home Depot, them motherfuckers got phones, they got internet, they got Instagram. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For work.
Yeah.
So nobody's watching TV. Who's watching TV? Nobody. There's probably nobody. And the ratings, like who controls the ratings? Like the ratings, like that's like space. That's like viruses and shit. Like you have no idea what's going on. You have no idea. You got to take someone's word for it. You got to take someone's word for that shit. Ratings.
That's right.
Ratings. There's probably sometimes I think like these, like CNN gets low ratings, and I'm thinking maybe why don't they lie about the ratings? Why don't they just say, dude, we're having blockbuster weekends?
Right.
Why don't they just say that? But you know what? You know why they don't? Why they say it's low ratings? It's because there's actually no ratings. There's nobody watching. So that the least they can do they're probably talking to CNN. We can't say you're blowing up because nobody's watching it. We gotta say that. We gotta say that the shit's dipping, but we can't tell them the truth. We can't tell them that nobody's watching. Nobody.
No. Even I don't.
They had me on CNN. Like the CNN did this 15-minute anti-Q report. This 15-minute, and they were like just bearing Q, going after Q. This was 2 years ago, right? Like at August of 2020. And CNN was going hard on Q. They were, like HBO did a documentary on Q for a
That's
LARP.
right.
You're gonna do all that for a LARP? You're gonna do all
That's
that for
right.
a LARP? You're gonna
That's
go
right.
that hard on them, and they're fake? So and they did this report, and they had me on it. I was on JRE, and I was like, back then I was believing Q. Back then I was like, right now I don't know what to believe. I don't know what to believe.
Either, man.
I don't know who to believe. I don't know what's going on. I don't know nothing for sure. But back then I was like, damn, this Q shit seems right. I mean, Q is saying that the politicians and Hollywood, there's a lot of going on. Isn't that true? What about Bill Clinton and Epstein? What about all the people on the list? Where's the list? That's just true. So
and Q would put all that out there. Yep.
So they did. So CNN did a fucking report, and they threw me on there. Like I said something about Q. Like I was explaining, like Q. There's all these. Everyone's just, there's all these patriots online. They're going after the swamp, trying to drain the swamp, going after the criminals and politics. And I said something like that, and they played that shit, and I would have never known. They played it all weekend on a loop, dude. They were hitting it hard. Nobody I never saw it on Instagram. Nobody
Me
ever
either.
told me about it. But I have one friend. Super liberal, who watches CNN all the time, and he's proud of it. And he told me, he sent me
He's
a
proud of it.
video of him watching it. He goes, dude, they're blowing you up. They're showing this shit all weekend. It's on a loop.
He's proud of watching
And
CNN.
if he wouldn't have told me, I would have never known. He's the only guy. Nobody else has seen it. No one else. It was never like cut on a clip and put on Instagram or nothing. I would have never known that they were blowing that shit up, and I was on it. Nobody watches CNN. Zero people.
Nobody.
They're firing everybody. They're firing everybody. Everybody got fired. Don Lemon got demoted. Like those. I remember there was a JRE clip, and this was like from like 8 years ago. And me and Brendan Schaub were on Fight Companion, and we're going off. And back then, Brendan Schaub is like pretty much awake. He knows what's up. But back then, he had like one eye open, one eye closed. He was like a little,
right.
And we got a little argument. And I said, "Where do you get your news from?" And he goes, "What do you mean?" I go, "Where do you get your news from?" He goes,
Right.
"CNN." I go, "You get your news from CNN?" He goes, "Yeah." And then he goes, "You get your education from YouTube. What the f- are you talking about?" So he got me back good. But my point is, that's an old clip. There's you can find that's on Instagram. Me going, "You get your news from CNN?" And boom, what's happening now? They're falling apart. Where you at now?
They're nowhere. They're nowhere.
They're
I
a
loved.
joke. Even liberals think they're a joke now.
And maybe that's another thing where I'm like, is it like I don't even have to know. I'm telling you, I didn't watch anything for like a week and a half because I knew exactly what was going to happen. I saw it coming. It's like, okay, this one, a thing. They kept saying this, and I went, it's going to be just the opposite. They're gonna keep it even keel, and they're just gonna start. They want to start boiling water over here to make these people like, that's what I see. They're trying so hard to piss you off to the next level to see if they can amp up. You got the whole like, hey, this controls the industry. Like, oh my God. There's so much going on right now.
This controls the industry. And you know what? I don't believe that. I believe Mexicans control the industry. Mexicans, they run everything.
They run okay, I can take that.
Mexicans run the media. We run everything, dog.
Mexicans
That's what we do.
Control all entertainment.
We do. Look at all the last names. Look at all the last names of all the top executive producers. Fernandez, Gonzalez, Hernandez. No, seriously. Garcia, Fernandez, Gonzalez, Marisco, Ramirez, Lopez, Gonzalez. Oh, you got names, dog. Mexicans run shit, okay? Cartels, all that shit. We run all that shit. We run the border. Why do you think the border isn't built? Because we don't let it be built. We don't want to build that shit. We tell you guys, pretend like you're gonna build it. Pass a bill for a couple bill. I don't know, couple bill. Pass a bill. You send us the money, and you don't make the wall. Deal? And then he starts showing pictures of
Deal?
Like their kids. Like, boom, deal. Look at that. Deal, boom, deal. We need that bill. Like they just did the cartel. They don't just want the wall not built. They want you to fake that you're gonna build the wall, get the money, and then don't build it. They already did that shit. You know they did that? There's a documentary called The Fence. They already were gonna build the wall. Everybody was pro wall. That's common sense shit. Like Obama, Clinton. They're like, yeah, we must secure our borders. Secure borders are very important to the sovereignty of our country and our democracy. Blah, blah, blah. They say all that shit. So they passed the bills. They were supposed to build the wall like in 2005, 2006, around there. And they just steal the money. They run out of money. They build a little bit, and then they shut up about it for like 5 years. They go,
You're right. You're right.
That's all
You're
cartels
right.
do.
Because all that's on video too.
Yeah.
All
yeah.
that's
And
on
look,
video.
yes, yes. And then
I've
look
seen
at the
Obama. I've
music
seen all of
industry.
them.
Mexicans rule the music industry too. Look at Bad Bunny. Look at that shit. And comedy. Julio Iglesias. I mean Gabriel Iglesias. Sorry.
Julio Iglesias.
Mexicans rule the world. Look at Julio Cesar Chavez. Look at Oscar De La Hoya. I could go on and on, dog. Vicente Fernandez. Tell me when to stop. Paul Rodriguez.
Dude, I love you. God, I love you.
Armored Saint was a metal band from the 80s. They had 3 Mexicans. What about that? People don't talk about that. They always
Bush.
ignore that shit. What about
John
Mars
Bush
Volta?
was
Those
the
guys
singer.
look like they're fucking Guatemalan.
Did you know, since you mentioned Armored Saint, you were a fan?
I was a big fan. I just saw them open up for Wasp a couple weeks ago.
Then you're going to love this story. John Bush, the singer.
He's great.
Phenomenal.
Amazing. He's amazing. His voice is insane.
Guess what he was asked to do that I don't think anyone knows about, to sing for? Guess what band he was asked to sing for? And he said,
Metallica.
Yes. Yes.
Crazy, right?
Yes.
Dude, crazy. That would have sounded good, dude. That would have everybody in the industry, everybody in metal, they all knew John Bush had a monster voice. Everybody respected. Even though Armored Saint never really got that big.
Right.
I was into him. The first album's great, dude. Can You Deliver, Take a Turn, Seducer, Glory Hunter. That first album, I was listening to last night at my gym while we were doing jiu-jitsu. I love Armored Saint.
Yeah, Armored Saint's a monster. I even followed him when he went.
They had Mexicans.
Yes, you're right. Metallica too now.
And Tom Araya, the singer of Slayer, Tom Araya. I know he's claiming Peruvian or something, but
he's claiming Peruvian. I'd like, yeah. Let's look at that birth certificate.
He's claiming Peruvian. They're too Mexican. There's a lot of Mexicans. When I was growing up, there was people ashamed of being Mexican. They would say, "Oh, they go, what are you? Oh, I'm Spanish and Indian." Spanish and Indian? What part of Spain are you from? Who cares? Why are you talking about this? What about you? What are you? Let's talk about something else. Like, don't claim Spanish and Indian unless you're going to tell me what part of Spain you're from, bitch. You're from Spain? You're from Spain? Because they read in a book somewhere the conquistadors came down from Spain and they the Indians, so they're like, damn, I guess that makes me Spanish and Indian. I'm like, I'm Spanish and Indian.
Oh my God, you're a goofy dude. I don't know if I can hang out with you. I think I might be exhausted. I think if we had a session, I came out there and like we really hung out, we might hurt each other.
Dude, that would be crazy, dude. Because you know me on the real, you're Jim Breuer, man. And I was 28 or 27 when Half Baked came out, and I had an illegal satellite, and back then illegal satellite, all the channels were just on, so the movies were on a loop, and I would have. Dude, I had Half Baked on a loop. I had Matrix, the Matrix loop. Half Baked was on a loop over and over and over. So hanging out with you would be surreal as shit.
Well, we'll do that. And everyone should know this too, by the way. There's a movie, Half Baked 2.
What?
That everyone's, let me finish, yes. But everyone's asking me, they're hitting me up on social media and everyone. Here's the deal with Half Baked 2. My agent called me and said, do you know about this? And he sends me the script for Half Baked 2. And I went, did Chappelle do this? Like, I go, find out who's producing this. He goes, I don't know. I go, what? Find out who's making it, who's producing this, who wrote this. The people that wrote the movie have absolutely zero to do with the original Half Baked. And everyone should know that. I'm not saying this movie's not going to be good, but people need to know the people that wrote this movie, that are casting the movie, that are going to put this Half Baked 2 out, have absolutely nothing, zero to do. They were no part of the original Half Baked. And there's nothing to do with Chappelle, nothing to do with anyone. I know one guy, one of the guys from Half Baked is going to do a cameo. When I found out about this, I said, they go, they want to know if you want to do a cameo. I'm like, I'm sure they do. Considering none of us are part of it, I'm sure they do, because unless this movie is belly laughing funny, you know how many people you're going to piss off that are just coming because of the name, and then they realize you had absolutely nothing to do with this movie, and Chappelle's not in it, and like the Rachel, like, if I know if I'm going to go see this, I would make it very clear. And if I didn't know this was cool, like I saw Eddie Murphy, I was really into Eddie Murphy for a long time, and they sold one movie with, he's like, boom, 48 Hours, boom, Beverly Hills Cop. They were like, there was that one contract where they went, you're gonna do this movie with Dudley Moore, and it said Dudley Moore, and Eddie Murphy was in it for like 3 minutes. You know how pissed I was at the end? I was like, don't see that movie, it sucks. They said Eddie Murphy's in, he's in for like 3 seconds. That's what's going to happen with this Half Baked 2. And here's the thing that drives me nuts. How do you do? That's like making Caddyshack, but you never even were part of any kind of. So, in my opinion, I've not met the writers. I've not met the. I don't know who's making it. It's not the same producers. It's not the same writers. I don't even. They just basically said, "Oh, Half Baked 2, the title will definitely sell," and that's pretty shitty if you ask me. I think money should be handed out if you're going to steal a name or use a name that you know people are just going to falsely go and buy it. What a cheap way to sell. Just write a funny script. That's my take on Half Baked 2.
Yeah, the worst version of that story is Bruce Lee died in 1973. I went right when Enter the Dragon came out, so that was his last movie. He was in Enter the Dragon.
Yep.
He wrote it. He put it together, and then he died right after that. But in 1978, there was a movie that he was working on, Game of Death, that he filmed the last 10 minutes of. He finished, and then he died. So when he died, he filmed the end of his next movie, and then he just sat around, and they got together, dog. And in 1979, they released Game of Death, Bruce Lee's final movie. The whole movie is a fake Bruce Lee, except for the very end. The fight scenes at the end, that's the shit he filmed before he died. So they had to make a whole movie out of it. So the way they created the movie, dude, they didn't tell anybody. Everybody thought they were watching Bruce Lee, and they did get Bruce Lee at the end, and they got him in the beginning too, because the movie was about like him, like about a martial arts superstar who made movies, and the mob was trying to get a piece of him. So that's what the movie was about. So the movie's about a martial arts actor. So the beginning of the movie is the end of Return of the Dragon, which was before End of the Dragon. It's the one where he fought Chuck Norris. That was the second to the last movie he made, when he fought Chuck Norris. So when he fights Chuck Norris, it's in the Colosseum in Rome. They're fighting in the old Colosseum, and it's it's one of the greatest fight scenes of all time. So Game of Death, his new movie, starts off with that fight scene, and then right at the end of the fight scene, you hear the director go cut, and then it was supposed to be it was just this Bruce Lee character making a movie, and then you see him walk off the set, and all of a sudden it's all fake. That's not the real Bruce. He walks off the set, goes in his trailer, and then mafia guy walks in and sits him down in the trailer and tells him how it is, and makes like a deal with them or whatever. And anytime they pan to Bruce Lee sitting in the trailer, it's a fucking cutout picture of his face, dude. It's a cutout. This is 1978. They didn't have good CGI. There's a conversation going on in the trailer. When they show the mafia guy, it's the mafia guy. But when they cut to Bruce, dude, it's a picture of his face on a moving body. It's the worst shit ever. So then the whole movie is fake Bruce Lee. He had big shades on. It's a fake Bruce with big shades, and they always got the side of his head. They never got good clear shots of him. Did the whole movie. And then at the end, all of a sudden, it's the real Bruce Lee. That's Game of Death. That's the biggest fraudulent movie of all time. Game of
Wow.
Death. Yeah. And they build it starring Bruce Lee, Chuck Norris. Dude, you used the Chuck Norris shit from the 2 movies ago. He didn't have anything to do with that movie. And they used his name.
Wow.
You didn't know that? You didn't know that? Or did you hear about
I might have one time because I was really into Bruce Lee when I was young, and then I don't particularly remember that. No.
Yeah, you got to watch it, dude. Get real high and watch Game of Death with your boys. Watch it with like your best friend, dog. Game of Death. It's videotape yourself watching it. Videotape yourself.
But no, that's really
hilarious.
But that's mind-blowing what you say, because wow, even back then they realized they could make money on a name even if the person's dead.
Yeah. Can you imagine the meetings trying to greenlight that project? Like someone had the idea, we could fucking do this, dog. How are we gonna do it? We got 10 fucking minutes. We could fucking do it. Someone had to sell that shit. I would love video of the dude selling that shit. There had to be one dude who came up with that.
Well, if you want to go conspiracy or whatever, and you want to talk about like gang members fighting each other, that's some serious gang fighting. So like Bruce Lee represented one side, and now he's finally dead. That's like, being dead ain't good enough. Now we're gonna make a movie and make money, and we're gonna send a message to the others that we'll do anything for some cash, even if it's using your family's dead name. Like that is not only are we gonna kill you, but then we're gonna profit off your death. Wow.
Yeah.
And that's been happening forever, ever and ever.
Oh, yeah. They love it. The record labels probably, I'm guessing, they probably love it when rock stars die in their prime. They probably love that shit. You know, because they know that next album's probably going to suck. You know what I mean? So they freeze them in time.
Dude. They're like, I don't think they're going to peak after this. Should we do the old,
You think it's time?
You think?
Another album.
Do you really think? I don't know. I'm kind of losing my influence on this group to get it. Yeah, I say it's. Yeah, let's cut it. Yeah, man.
It seemed like if any celebrities, rock stars that died or committed suicide, it seems like there's got to be a couple that faked their death, that figured it out. And it seems like Michael Jackson, like the shit he was saying before he died, he was basically saying they want us dead. That everybody, he was saying everybody ends up the same way in this business. Big rock stars, they want to take your shit. They don't care that you're dead. They want you dead. He was saying that over and over and over. I think if anybody faked their death, I think maybe he did.
Oh, I'm all in on that. I'm all in. He's that guy that's the burnt face. The theory is that
Dave,
guy.
Dave.
Dave he talks like Michael Jackson, and the theory is actually when he got burnt in the Pepsi commercial or whatever they were filming, and they probably tried to kill him then. The scars were so bad, so he became Dave. But then yes, and then you had this other. I lost the theory on this, but
there's
it's
a story
definitely
that there was a kid,
Dave.
Yeah, the story is that there was a kid named Dave, and it got burned, and then Michael took him in.
Right.
But who knows how much of that's true? I don't know, and how maybe part of it's true, and then they
Right.
bring this kid in,
Right.
to make it seem real.
Right.
But all I know is after he was dead, Dave, the burn victim, the supposedly his really good friend, was on Larry King Live,
I saw that.
and that motherfucker sounded like Michael Jackson.
He
That guy
sounded
sounded
exactly
like-
Mike. Exactly. And Eddie, don't you think now, like the things we know, that's more of a message? Like he's sitting down letting people know, like, yeah, no, I'm alive and I need to let certain people know I'm still here. This interview is not for, because even, the interview is not real. If you really look at it at a different angle, for all you know, it's just like, hey, you guys, guess who's still here? And there's gonna be a lot of fake deaths, by the way. We're up in the ante as well. Like, a good, a bad.
Yeah. Or maybe what I thought you were saying was maybe damn, I don't know. Like I was thinking like maybe there's something like he faked his death, but he was forced to fake his death by the deep state or whatever. And then they put him on TV on Larry King. He's on Larry King. If Larry King ain't deep state, I don't know who is. And then that's kind of like maybe a message to, I don't know. I don't know what to think. But if anybody faked their death, any celebrities, Prince, Elvis, if there was one, it had to be Michael Jackson, man. It had to be him. He talked so much shit in his last
At the end.
He was talking a lot of Illuminati shit, just like Kanye. He was just talking that Kanye shit. Dude, what's going to happen to Kanye? They want him dead.
Well, he said, come get me. You're going to have to kill me. And he goes, and then what he said was, you can kill me, but there's millions of Kanyes now waiting and arising. And that army's behind me now. He goes, so you can kill me, but there's a whole generation of ye that ain't gonna back down. That's where I went.
He said that?
Yes, he
I didn't hear
did.
that one.
Yes, he
Damn.
did.
Okay.
He said,
Damn.
you're gonna
It
have
seems
to
like-
kill.
it seems like it's-
And he mentioned, whoa. And he mentioned George Soros.
Yeah, that's crazy, right? Crazy.
And that, by the way, that clip can't be found. I saw it. I think there's a possibility I downloaded and sent it to some people. But it's hard to find now. But he said it just 2 weeks ago. He said, the George, that you can't stop me. You're going to have to kill me. And he goes, and I'm ready.
I heard that. Yeah.
And he said, you kill me, there's all this way, there's a million ye's. Now, don't quote me, but he definitely said this. And he mentioned George Soros. This is all so bizarre, too. Because then I think, he met with Trump. And that was a couple of years ago.
What do you think about Elon Musk? It's hard to trust him.
Oh, I don't trust him one bit. I don't.
No, right?
No.
So what do you think the whole Twitter thing's about? Because if let's say Elon Musk is deep state, right? What would be the point of buying a deep state operation like Twitter just to kill time and clog up the news cycles?
Who knows? Just like you, I don't know.
It could be just a big distraction. I mean, that guy's faking shit.
It's a
Space.
great
Maybe if
distraction.
someone told us, what if he doesn't know? What if he thinks all that shit in space is real? Like he doesn't know. He's just like the executive producer, but he has no idea that there's no car being launched into space going around the sun. You know what I mean? Maybe he thinks because the people that work at SpaceX, they're all like jumping up and down like they believe it. You know what
I
I mean?
know.
So, maybe he believes it, but I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it seems like Twitter, they're bailing on Twitter, they're bailing on Facebook.
See now, this is all what you brought up earlier, where they kept saying first is Twitter, then Facebook, then blah blah blah. Remember that post, then this. I'm pretty sure.
That's what's happening. That's what's happening. Crazy.
Now, how about this goofy stuff? Then we gotta go. When Pelosi's husband's the phone call, the first thing they put out there was, the guy that was in his house was like a Q follower into conspiracies and a Trump fan. That was, and they played that. Oh, he's really into conspiracies and a Q guy and. And he's a Trump fan. He's unfortunately believes these crazy, extreme. They like that word, extreme theories, and then
that threatens our democracy.
They love that one. Threaten our democracy. Threaten our democracy. Threaten the democracy. Threaten our democracy. Threat to our democracy.
Please send out the new clip of they love the Unsver democracy. Send that out immediately.
Just keep saying it over and over again. Just end every speech with threaten on democracy.
Let's get the cockatoos in full force.
A threat to our democracy. A threat to our democracy.
Oh my God. People are out of control.
Hey, you know what's crazy? It's crazy that you were in Hollywood, you were in SNL, so you're proof that there's a few people like that. Like Ricky Schroeder's fully red-pilled. Ricky Schroeder is like a true patriot. He was deep in Hollywood as a kid. So so some people think like, some people say everybody, if you're in Hollywood, you're deep, you're corrupted or whatever.
Yeah, I know.
Not everybody.
I know.
Not everybody. Then like you hear John Boy. You hear like even I think Clint Eastwood, unless he changed my mind he was saying some good shit, and then I think Clint Eastwood said some stupid shit.
Yes, he did.
He's
yeah.
What did he say?
I don't remember, but it was.
Can you do Clint Eastwood? You could probably do Clint Eastwood.
I never tried it.
Your face is so ready.
Listen, punk. What do you say? Punks. None of you guys. I'm gonna. Yeah, I can't do his voice. It's punks. I can do his face though. He always looks like he's just had it. He always looks like he just came outside and he's had it. He's had it. Every scene he's like this. He's had it. He's done. He's done. He put out some great movies, man. Great movies.
What did you think about Dave Chappelle on SNL? Dude, he went off a little bit, right? He went off a little bit. He did it in a genius way where it was kind of safe, You know what I'm talking about? It was genius.
I have to agree with it being genius as far as the craft and figuring out the craft. You can criticize whatever, but just coming out this line, I mean, where he goes, first I have to read this. And he reads the thing, and then he goes, and that, Kanye, is how you buy yourselves some time, or like 15 minutes. And I went,
that was genius.
That
was genius because he's basically it's like he's doing two things. He's not breaking any rules,
right,
and but he's breaking rules the way he's not breaking the rules. He's breaking the rules.
And you could
technically, like in court, he'll win the case. Technically, in court, he wins the case.
right,
But
right.
he did it like a meme.
That's right.
It was like a meme. You know what I mean? It was like, what did he really say technically? Your Honor, what he had said was.
But like when there was a line that he said where I mean, it was funny, but I knew people would be like, I can't. Well, like I knew people were gonna be bugging, or I knew the media was gonna go bonkers over this.
What part? What part?
When he said, he goes,
Oh, no.
you know, I've been in Hollywood, and it's a lot of right. Okay, and when he did that, I was like, okay, where you going with that? And then he goes, and there's a lot of black people in blah blah blah. That doesn't mean they're all like Ferguson. He said, then again, there's a lot of in Ferguson. Hey man, that don't mean that. So he made a joke of, just because there's a lot of people there in this one particular area doesn't mean it means anything. And it was such a dude, it was like it was. Hey man, thank you for coming on today. This is a lot of fun. We went a lot.
Hey, I fucking love it, man. I love doing it.
We did a lot of spider and tooth.
That bad connection, though. We still got that bad connection.
I know. That's the. They don't want this happening, but we got through it. We got through it.
Is this live or taped?
Taped.
Okay. All right.
Comes out.
All righty then. Thank you very much for having me on. I fucking love it. You're amazing. You're hilarious.
I love you, man.
Keep doing what you're doing. Love you too, man. Let's do it again soon.
Later, Gator.
Later, dude.
I love having Eddie Breuer. Wow. So we went in certain areas. Now, you got to understand something, too. We're just having conversation. We're throwing out. This is like hanging out in a backyard. So, neither one of us are tapped into anything. Neither one of us. Or at least I can say me 1,000%. Him, I don't know. So I shouldn't speak for him. But the point of it is, I'm not saying anything today. It's like, oh, that's definitely the way it is. And without a doubt, it's backyard conversation. So always take that. And we really need conversation. We really need it. And I know right now, and I don't know what the big thing is with this whole distraction of the words being used, the anti-Semite, and blah, blah, blah. But I will say this. Be careful of the rings and the circus going on in each ring. Because if those rings continue to make you feel hateful, doesn't make you feel good, and when you don't feel good emotionally, and you're pissed and you're angry about something you're listening to, especially the circus rings that are going on right now, stolen elections. Oh my gosh, Kyrie Irving, Kanye, like, holy Chappelle just did this. There's a lot being put out there. Take a couple steps back and really assess everything going on. I'm at fantasy camp right now, and I'd say about 70%. It's all walks of life. There's a lot of Goldbergs here. There's a lot of Golds. And I tell you what, I've had some of my best moments in my life with not only people of certain religions or ethnic backgrounds. I've had so many great moments in my life with pretty much every single one. Muslim, Jewish, Christian, whatever they define themselves as. And I always find over and over again that when you really talk to someone, if you judge them, all right, their color or they're Jewish, or you think they're Muslim, whatever, I always, the best way for you to get rid of your anger or hate or perception of what you think that represents is just to talk. Hey man, tell me, like, what do you think about this? Like, what's up with your thing? And you will be amazed how many of us worldwide, through the spirit of humanity, are so connected. And I believe sometimes with all my heart, I'm not saying it's right, I'm not saying it's wrong. I believe sometimes with all my heart that if we knew how beautiful we were inside, if we knew the power that we have inside of us, but yet we keep waiting for that new hero. Oh, the midterms. Oh, Trump's going to say this. Oh, we're going to do this. Oh, Jesus is coming back. Yeah, it's a month. The more you spend waiting, that's a moment in your life that you can find love and talk to somebody and lift each other up. I've had some of the best times in my life with all different walks of life. And the spirit of humanity, I truly believe, is being attacked, and has been for a very long time, by every single one of these distractions. Every distraction, if you watch, no matter what you believe, no matter what your following is, no matter what your political, its purpose is to make you hate. I hate them. I hate the liberals. I hate the conservatives. I hate the Republicans. I hate the Democrats. I hate the vaccinated. I hate the unvaccinated. I hate the gay people. I hate the heterosexual people. I hate the big male blah, blah, blah. I hate the lesbians. I hate this. The hate is spread 24/7. And I believe that's well designed to kill the spirit of us. That's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. All you got to do is look in the eyes of a child or a baby, and you see the life that's in them. That is in all of us. It's in us. We got to nurture it. Stop. If you're watching the circus, just know you're in one. All right, I'm going to put some ice on. I wish you all the best. Thanks for all your tremendous comments. Thanks for all your love. This keeps getting more popular, and thank you. Mike, you were tremendous on Dice. Thank you for all you do. Thank you, Eddie Bravo, for coming on. Thank you for everyone I saw on the road and the tremendous gifts I got. You know exactly who you are. And we'll catch you next week on the Breuniverse. Have a good one. This is Jim Breuer, and I got my own Patreon page, and hopefully you'll check it out. Live comedy concert streamed once a month. Weekly, you host your own podcast, and you interview me. Early access to the Breuniverse podcast every single week, and have bonus footage and bonus segments. I promise you I'm not going to let you down. Go check out my official Jim Breuer Patreon page, and I'll see you there.